Hi guys, so today I'm going to be talking about Shadowhunters episode 2. So I did a discussion and review of the first episode of Shadowhunters, so if you haven't checked that out yet and you want to, I highly recommend you do so. I'll leave a link to it down below. So obviously, as I'm going to be talking about episode 2 and getting into spoilers, if you haven't watched the episode yet and you don't want to be spoiled, stop watching this video and come back later after you've watched the episode. So yeah, let's get into the things I hated about Shadowhunters episode 2, because that's basically what this is now. The first thing I want to discuss is one of the opening scenes, and it's a fight scene with the whole car. It looks so fake, and even worse, somehow they managed to cut away even more than they did in the first episode of the action. We saw hardly nothing, and it made it so cheesy and bad, and it just frustrated me so much. It's not going to kill you to show a little bit of action, ABC family, or whatever you want to call yourself now. It hurts my heart. They're aiming this show and they're programmed for an older audience, but yet they can't show any action, and it just really frustrates and annoys me. And it makes me wonder what they're going to do later on in the series when there's so much action going on. Are they just going to completely forget about it? Because otherwise we won't be seeing anything. It'll just be cutaway scenes the whole episode, and nobody wants to watch that. Then we had the opening this episode, and the opening was kind of garbage. I didn't really enjoy it. It was worse than cheese. It was just cringy. Honestly, if I was starting to watch this series, knew nothing about it, I would have given up the first episode. But if I had watched another episode, I definitely would have given up then. I don't see how they're connecting to a new audience. If someone's new to this, I don't see what's keeping them there. Then we're introduced to Hodge. Now, Hodge in the books is an old kind of fatherly figure. In the TV series, apparently, he's young and really attractive, and I just don't understand. Hodge is this fatherly figure, but hang on, suddenly he's the same age, all these abs, and it just really makes no sense. Why'd they age his character down so much? I don't understand. They've already got the hot guy, hot girl element and the sex appeal I guess you need, so why does Hodge need to have sex appeal too? I don't know. Who's looking after all these shadow hunters in this, school if Hodge is young and the same age as them? We have Clary herself, and I just want to make a side note about Clary and her appearance. Clary's hair, I'm really not feeling it. It just looks kind of really fake. I don't know if that's just me, but it's just something I can't help but notice, and it really annoys me. And because she's on screen a lot of the time, I'm always cringing at her hair. Also, is there something that I missed? Or when did Shadowhunters gain inhumane speed? They just go zoom, zoom, zoom. Is that a rune or something? Was that in the books? I mean, it's been a while since I've read the books, but I don't remember that aspect. So someone could let me know in the comments below if that was in the books or if it's something the TV show made up. I would really appreciate that. There was a scene in here I enjoyed, and of course it was a Simon scene, and it was again one of the very first opening scenes, and it's where Jace and Simon hold hands, and Simon's like, oh, hang on, you're not my type. And it was just funny. The one character that I am enjoying a little bit in the show is Simon. I really think the actor portraying him and his lines aren't that bad. Sometimes they are cheesy and cringy, but so far, he's the most enjoyable character. We also have the scene where Clary is like, do you even know how to kill a demon? And he's like, it's just one internet search away. And I'm like, I laughed out loud at that part. It's so typically Simon's. I can just imagine Simon quickly Googling how to kill a demon and then following the instructions and trying to do it. He's such a nerd like that. That scene I did enjoy. Then we had Clary again, of course, when I go back to criticizing, with the whole stupid purple necklace. Still, we don't really understand. It seems like they've just added it in to go back to things that we need to see, but they're not sure how to introduce it. So they're like, I know, let's introduce this necklace. So whatever we need, Clary needs to see an important scene, we'll just make the necklace glow. Anyway, the necklace glows and Clary sees something, but before Clary does, her expression goes like this. It looks so ridiculous and stupid. Who is directing this and says, yeah, that expression, that's perfect? I don't understand, people. And then we had the Magnus and Dot scene, and everything from the background to the acting, which really cringes me to say because I really like Harry Shum Jr., to the lines, just felt like me to a student film. I don't mean to take offense to students, but it just seemed that amateur, and it was so bad. I really wish that another network had taken up Shadowhunters, because right now it's just all going downhill, and people first are give it the first couple episodes, and now they're well, hang on, maybe we should give it the first 5 episodes. I mean, what, we're gonna be hang on, Give it the first 20 episodes. Like, guys, originally we're gonna have to admit that this is crap and it's not gonna get any better. I mean, unless they suddenly listen to us and like, oh shit, we have to rewrite everything, then I doubt nothing's gonna change. Then we have this really intense scene where they're discussing something, I can't remember what, but they keep circling, the circle panning, and they were circling between characters, and it was just like this circle panning, and it was bad. It went on for too long. Like, circle panning works in some cases, but it did not work at what it was doing it, and especially when it just keeps going too long. It was just, why are you choosing circle panning for this show? It didn't work. Like most of the show, it just didn't work. Then we had someone say, "You're Clary friggin' Frey," and I think that was Simon, and it reminded me, "You're Harry friggin' Potter" from Star Kid and the Harry Potter musicals, which are great, by the way. I don't know if they've seen Star Kid and they got it from that, but it just reminded me of that, and I just wanted to add that in. I've also felt like Clary suddenly changed her tune so much from the first episode. The first episode she was like, "None of this makes sense, it can't be true, I don't understand." And then suddenly in the next episode, without anything changing, she's like, "This all makes sense now." I felt like a part of me was missing so long. I'm not frightened at all. This is great. And I'm just like, how did you change your tune just like that with like no revelation or anything? Did anyone else notice that? Because I certainly did. And then we have the Jace and Clary scene and the feelings, and where she keeps saying sorry because she didn't realize that Jace's parents had passed away, and he was like, "Don't be sorry, I don't have feelings," or something like that. I'm like, what? And then he says to her, "You're a shadow hunter now. You have no right to feelings." Like, suddenly being a shadow hunter means that you can't have feelings anymore. Sorry. What? That's just the most ridiculous thing. Like, oh my god. The character that I hate most in this show is Jace, who was one of my favorite characters in the book, but in this it's just... One of my favorite scenes in the book, and one of my favorite lines, and it's actually one of my favorite quotes even though I don't believe it, is when Jace says to Clary, "To love is to destroy, and to be loved is to be the one destroyed." I really felt that scene impactful and powerful, and even though I don't believe the quote and the meaning behind it, I still think it's a really impactful quote, and it's always just kind of stuck with me. However, I can picture like Jace saying it, "To love is to destroy, and to be loved is to be the one destroyed." Like, I don't know, I just completely seeing him ruining that quote for me, and I don't want it to happen, guys. That quote means so much to me, and he's gonna ruin it. Like, the acting is just, it's bad. The only good actors are Simon and Valentine. I'm still really enjoying Valentine, by the way. They added Valentine in so much quicker, but honestly, I think it's because like he's the one redeemable actor. I think that's why they added Valentine in so quick, honestly. It's because they actually got a good actor. So again, overall, I hated the second episode. I'm not sure which episode I hated more. I mean, it certainly didn't get any better than the first episode. If anything, it might have got worse with the couple of fight scenes that we did see and the more cringe. I'm really not feeling the actors, especially Clary and Jace's actors. I don't know. These are the first roles for a lot of people, and yeah. I mean, I know that Jace played Christian in Vampire Academy and people loved him in that, but honestly I felt he was so bad in that, and now suddenly they're shocked that Jace is so bad in the show, and I'm like, well, he was kind of bad in Vampire Academy too, though that whole movie was bad, so... Shadowhunters has also made me reevaluate YA adaptations, and makes me think that actually maybe I don't want them anymore. I think they work as books, but whenever they try and turn into a movie, they get too cheesy and too cringy. They can't show any action that makes the book super cool. It's kind of ruining YA adaptions for me, to be honest. Like, I have all my favorite series here. A couple of years ago, I would have done anything to see them like turned into a movie or TV show, and now I'm like, please don't touch my babies. Just stay away from them. Go adapt something else, please. Something that I don't care about. I don't want to feel like that, but I am, and it kind of sucks. But yeah, that was my thoughts for Shadowhunters episode 2. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of it and what your favorite scene of it was, because we should at least try and have like a little redeeming feature at the end here. My favorite scene would have to be like the Simon scene when like they're holding hands and everything and he says that thing to Jace. So far, all my favorite scenes involve Simon, because like the only redeeming thing about the show is Simon and Valentine. time. But yeah, like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you'd like to see more from me, and I'll see you next time. Okay, bye!